Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel where we discuss the truly terrifying things that keep us up at night. So strap yourselves in, get your coffee, your tea, your popcorn, whatever you need, and let's get into it. So today, first of all, I want to say I'm sorry for the monstrosity that's my hair. I was trying to be cute, and then I realized I'm not good at being cute, so we're just gonna have to live with this, just for now. We are going to be talking about the Annabelle doll. The famous Annabelle. At first glance, the Annabelle doll just looks like a normal Raggedy Ann doll. I'm going to have to put this away. This doll was given to a 28-year-old nurse by her mother. She lived in an apartment building with another nurse who worked with her. So these two nurses lived together, and the girl with the doll, she loved her doll very much. She actually took it to bed with her. So she took the doll with her to bed every night, and this was normal for her, like probably to cuddle the doll, I don't know. Then one morning, she did something out of the ordinary, and she went down to the kitchen and she took the doll with her. And she and the nurse who lived with her, they were like playing, I guess. They were like making jokes like, yeah, Raggedy's just gonna eat some breakfast with us today and all that lovely things. It was just a joke, you know. So then the next morning she did it again. She brought the doll down to the breakfast table, and Raggedy Ann, she's gonna eat with us, you know. The third morning she brought the doll down to the breakfast table or whatever, and she plopped the doll into the chair like she does. And the doll's arms was resting in the chair's armrests. They were talking to the doll once again. And this doll's arms lifted from the chair to the table, to the kitchen table. Yeah, run far away. This didn't scare them. No. This intrigued them. Let's find out more. These nurses knew another nurse at the hospital, and she knew a medium or something like that. So they asked her to get into contact with this medium that she knew. They ended up having a seance with the doll and asking basically the doll, what's going on? Why are you moving? What are you? Who are you? You know, seance. The medium told them that this doll was possessed by the spirit of a 6-year-old girl who was killed in a car crash right outside their apartment building, and her name was Annabelle. So, as Ed Warren said, God will not allow the spirit of a child to go into a doll. So this was in fact a demon that was posing as this child. Yes, there was a girl that died outside their apartment. Yes, her name was Annabelle, and yes, she was 6 years old. But no, she was not in this doll. This demon used the story of Annabelle to gain the nurse's sympathy, you know, and it worked. Because suddenly, it wasn't a doll anymore. Suddenly, it was a child. So they took the doll on car rides, and they talked to it, and they bought it clothes and jewelry, and this doll was living it up, you know. These nurses, soon after the seance, started hearing knocking in the house, and they started seeing flashing lights fling across the room, and their beds would shake sometimes, and they'd hear whispers. They started getting a little worried. They didn't want to be at the house alone. Both these nurses worked at St. Hartford Hospital. So after these lovely occurrences of the whispering and the knocking and all these crazy things, they decided they're going to stay on the same shift as at the hospital, just to be safe. The 4 to 12 p.m. shift. When they got into the house, the doll was standing there waiting for them, like standing up straight, which is impossible because this doll has flimsy legs, you guys. It's a Raggedy Ann doll. It's like just a stuffed little thing. Ed Warren said that he has seen this doll stand up straight. If you can't trust me, trust Ed. That's what he said. That's what Ed said. Oh, I'm a freaking idiot. So apparently this doll standing up straight did not scare them enough once again to get rid of it. But one of these girls had a fiance, one of these nurses had a fiance. And this guy, he was against Annabelle. Burn it, throw it away, I don't care, just get rid of it. I don't want it, it's evil, just get rid of it. Now listen, I'm not going to say that I don't agree with the guy, because hell yes, burn it, just get rid of it, you know. But he made one little mistake. He expressed his feelings where Annabelle could hear him. So of course Annabelle was like, rid of me, rid of me, rid of you. I'm going to get rid of you. So the one day, he fell asleep on the couch one Saturday afternoon, you know, fell asleep on the couch. The girls were cleaning the apartment, and he just took a nap. And Annabelle was like on a chair, like there in the corner, close to him, close by. He wakes up and he says to the girls, "You won't believe me, but I just had the strangest dream that little ragdoll was strangling me." But yeah, I know what you're thinking. Ugh, it's just a dream. Nothing serious. It's just a dream. Yet, he had the strangulation marks on his neck. So he dreamt it, and the marks appeared on his neck. He stands up, and he walks over to Annabelle, and he picks her up, and he looks at her, and he says, "You're nothing but a rag doll. You can't hurt anyone." And he flings her across the room. So what does Annabelle do? Ooh, let me tell you, Annabelle goes crazy. So of course this pisses Annabelle off. She's like, "Throw me? Huh, okay. Suddenly, this guy like got 7 psychic slashes over his body. And the blood showed up through his shirt. So then, like this wasn't creepy enough, a chair flings from the one side of the room, it flings across the room to the other side of the room, and the pictures on the wall start falling off and crashing and smashing. They hear loud banging noises, and it's crazy, it's going crazy in that apartment. Finally they're like, okay, this doll, we have to get rid of this doll. There is no way she can't stay here. So they get in touch with a priest or something, who gets in touch with another priest or something, who gets in touch with the Warrens. Hallelujah. What will we do without them? Because they're not here anymore. So we're all doomed. It's like the song, "Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters." Now you can't call them anymore. So who are we gonna call? Seriously guys, who are we gonna call? The Warrens arrive at the house and check out the doll. And of course it is like, this isn't a spirit. This is not a little kid. God won't allow that. And this is not a little girl. This is a demon, you guys. This is a freaking demon. You've been buying a demon jewelry and clothes and talking to it. Ed was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to take the doll. He takes the doll back to his occult museum, and because it's safer there, like they said, it's like keeping guns off the street. You can tell I'm a fan. This wasn't where all the chaos ended. No. Annabelle had more wrath to give. Now, just remember that when the Warrens took Annabelle to their home in the first place, they didn't realize how dangerous she was. So they at first just like kept her in a chair, because they don't lock up all of their supernatural thingies. They just put it there and nobody should touch it. You know, people are supposed to know that. They tell them that, don't touch this stuff. One day, there is a priest, one of their priest friends got a new car, and he comes over and he's like, "Yeah, you want to take a ride on my car? My new car?" And then Lorraine Warren's like, "Yeah, cool." So they go for a car ride and they come back, and this guy goes to Ed and Lorraine and he's like, hey, about that Annabelle doll that I've been reading about and hearing about so much, can I see her? So it's like, yeah, cool, all good. And he takes him down to the museum. And so this guy goes in there and he walks over to Annabelle. He walks straight over to Annabelle and he picks her up. Like the previous guy did. He picks her up and he throws her across the room and he says, God is more powerful than any devil. Yeah, because it worked out very well in the beginning to throw the frickin' doll. Yeah, that guy got away scot-free, so why don't I try it? So then this priest leaves. He's driving and the next thing he knows, he loses control of his car. And he crashes. Like half of his car's gone. New car gone. Broken. Fuck. Now when this guy woke up in the hospital or whatever, he said that the last thing he saw before lights out was Annabelle's face. Don't mess with that doll. Then the next thing that happened was there was a detective came over to consult with Lorraine on a missing child case. Because, you know, Lorraine is amazing and she helps out with things like that with her clairvoyance. She helps find missing kids and all that beautiful stuff. Or helped find missing kids. Now he's gotten what is needed. Lorraine has helped him out with the missing child case and all that. And he goes to it and he's like, hey, can I see your cult museum? And it's like, yeah, sure, cool. And he takes him down there. So then this guy says to Ed, out of all the things in this room, I can't take my eye off that Raggedy Ann doll. And then Ed's phone rings, the house phone, because I mean, back in the day. Ed tells this guy, okay, I'll be right back. I have to answer this. Don't touch anything. Everything is unholy, everything is unblessed, don't touch anything. It said he wasn't even on the phone for 10 minutes when this guy came up the staircase. Now he says this guy was shaking and he was sweating and he looked like he was having a heart attack. So Ed goes and he goes over to the phone and he's like, I'm going to call the ambulance, just sit right here. And he sits the guy down. He's like, I'm going to go call the ambulance. Because as he said, they didn't have 911 back then, so he still had to look for an ambulance number. And this guy, he's like, no, Ed, it's not that. It's not that. Ed asks him, what is it then? Like, what's going on? And he's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Like, just remember, this guy is a detective, okay? He's a big, strong, muscle man. Ed says this guy was like all muscle. And this guy... He was ashamed. He was like, no, nothing. I don't want to talk about it. And he says then Lorraine came in. And Lorraine asked, what's going on? And he's like, I'll talk to Lorraine about it. But she can't tell anybody what happened. Ed said that this guy didn't even have to tell him what happened. Because he didn't. He told Lorraine. But Ed said that when he went down to the museum, he walked in and everything was turned over. What he believes happened was, this guy picked up Annabelle and his aura mangled with her aura. And something so frightening, scary, whatever you want to call it, happened to this guy that he quit the police department 3 months after this incident. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, this is probably the end of the story. There can't be anybody else stupid enough to challenge Annabelle, right? Wrong. So apparently, there was yet another person who was stupid enough to challenge Annabelle. Now Ed said that a group of college students came to the museum. There was this one guy. And he came in with the attitude of, I don't believe in this is a bunch of crap. So he made it clear, he thinks this is all bullshit, okay? So he walks into the museum and Ed said that he tapped on the glass. He tapped on Annabelle's glass case, despite there being a clear sign saying do not touch glass. I don't know if this was added after this incident, but there is a picture on her, there's a notice on her case that says do not touch glass. I've never even been there, but I've seen this. But apparently some people fail to read instructions. This guy, he like goes and he taps on her glass and he's like, this is just a stupid rag doll. What is she gonna do? I dare her to put slashes on me right now. Well, she didn't put slashes on him. He walked out there fine. He was fine. And his girlfriend said that they were riding on the motorcycle and he was laughing about Annabelle and how stupid it all is and all that, you know. And sorry, this isn't funny. Oh my god, this is not funny. I'm not laughing. So he was going on and raving with his girlfriend like, haha, such a stupid doll. I knew it couldn't do anything. And the next moment, I shouldn't be smiling while I'm telling this story. And the next moment, they go head on into a tree. And he was killed instantly. See, that's why it's so morbid that I'm laughing about it. I don't mean to be laughing, but it's just, what do you think was going to happen? I mean, you freaking challenged a demon. But no, there's no such thing. So he was killed instantly, and sadly his girlfriend was in the hospital for more than a year. She was hospitalized. So yeah, that's sad. He died. At least God protected the priest. But I guess this guy, yeah, no protection for him. There's no protection for the stupid. So the big takeaway here, as Ed said, don't challenge devils, you guys. Just don't. If you don't believe in it, okay, fine, but keep it to yourself. Like, think it, because you don't want to die because you mocked a doll. I don't know if the cult museum is still open. I think they were closed for a while. It's now run by Ed's son-in-law. I think it's his son-in-law, Sphera, something Sphera. But anyway, he has a channel on YouTube. I will link it in the description. There's a lot of Ed and Lorraine interviews on there and a lot of videos and stuff on the museum. A lot of my info I actually get from his channel because he has all these super cool interviews with Ed and Lorraine. So please go give him a follow. I mean, it's awesome, really. If you are Ed and Lorraine fan or whatever, go follow him. It's worth it. I was actually watching this interview with Ed and Lorraine about Annabelle. It reminded me of the grandpa that I never had because my grandpa never loved me. I was the rebel child. My grandpa never loved me, but he just reminded me of the grandpa that I never had because he's sitting there and he's telling the story and he's like the kind of granddad where when he starts talking, everybody just sits and listens. Like, don't interrupt him, just listen, because he has so much to tell and he has so much to give, and it's just amazing seeing that. Oh, it's amazing. And Lorraine, she's the sweetest soul and the softest person, and I don't know, guys, it's worth it. Go follow his channel if you're into supernatural, and if you are into Ed and Lorraine Warren or anything like that, go follow his channel. It is so worth it. I can just sit and watch their interviews for hours, and yeah, so you can probably meet him also if you go to the cult museum. I would love to go there one day. Sadly, I live very, very, very far away, but one day when I have money, hopefully, I will definitely make a trip up there to go like check it out. I think it's just the most amazing thing ever. Don't touch it if you go there. Don't mock Annabelle. Leave her be. Don't try it. Just for safety reasons, listen, if you don't believe in it, great. I don't care if you don't believe in it, but just don't say it. It's not worth the risk. It's really not worth the risk. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like down below and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. So I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and yeah, I will see you guys at my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.